Hello people! This is the Punk King here, and welcome to my brand new series, as you can see, Sonic Mania. Now I wanted to do this series because I wanted to do a game that's somewhat related to something that started my gaming hobby in the first place. And for those of you who don't know, Sonic Mania is basically a game that is based on, well not based on, but it's inspired by other classic Sonic games, so from the very first Sonic game all the way to Sonic and Knuckles. And to be honest, is what happened was that like when I was small, minus plug and plays and those cheesy, well not cheesy, but those little kid computer games like Putt. Sonic 2 was actually my very first actual game which my dad brought down from the attic, and I love it to death. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into Sonic Mania. Now with such a nostalgic title screen, let's get into it. Unfortunately, this does autosave. So yeah, we have some options which we will get into more in the future. But as of now, we have Mania mode, which is the main story. Now, for those who don't know, Sonic 3 and Sonic CD basically, well, mainly Sonic 3 had this sort of title screen where you get to basically saves as you go on, and you can either be Sonic and Tails, so you can be a Sonic Tails will follow, which was like this through Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. We have Sonic, or you could just be Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and also if you want to do the nostalgic no save option, no save, which most classic Sonic games were no saves, you can do this as well. But right now, I'm going nostalgic. Let's go Sonic and Tails. And I love this so much. This is, for those who don't know, this is a revamp of the intro in Sonic 3, and I love it so much. Except that part's new. What a better way to start into a nostalgia game than going to the very first level that started this. This is Green Hill Zone, the very first level in the entire Sonic franchise. Now I'm doing this on the Switch, so press A or B to jump. But in this case, in that case we got invincibility basically. Which is like, just think about the star power of this game. And also, if you duck down and press the jump button, you'll basically dash. But in this case, Sonic has a new ability. Which is if you get how did he explain? While you jump, let me show you. You jump once, and then you press the jump button again while in the air. Oh, thanks, Tails. I'll explain that a bit. And you basically do a jump dash, which is a really cool mechanic. And also, as you can see, like, for those who don't know, Tails can fly. Which I really like. And we have a fire shield. There are 14 types of shields. There's standard. There's fire, electric, and water. Which I really like. And if you take a hit, you'll lose the shield. The other 4 shields have different abilities. And as you can see, we have rings. Like, I know this might sound redundant to those who have played Sonic, but I'm just explaining for those who don't. You collect rings, you get 100 rings for an extra life. But if you get hit, you lose all your rings. If you get hit with no rings, you'll die. And this, we have a special stage. This is somewhat of a reference to Sonic CD with their special stages, which I only played CD once and I've stuck at the special stages. Okay, so as you can see, we have a time limit of rings. If you hit that, if you run out of time with those rings, you'll basically die. you'll basically you lose this. But now what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to collect these blue orbs, which will increase your speed. And then the goal of this is to chase down that UFO, which has a Chaos Emerald. Collect 7, and you'll basically, then something cool will happen. And then I'm basically going to try to cover all 7, no, not correct, I am going to cover all 7 Chaos Emeralds in this Let's Play. And because for something important. And also in the future there will be obstacles which will make you lose your rings. And also you could fall off things to make it to where you lose. Well, not lose. No, actually, yeah, you will lose in general. So yeah, we got our first Chaos Emerald. It will get tougher though. You can only access each ring once unless you... There is an exception which I will get back. But win or lose, the ring will look like this. Anyway, for those who don't know, Tails, who was introduced in Sonic 2, can fly. I'll go over the mechanics later on, but for now, let's go into this. Okay, I love this boss so much because this is basically a direct reference boss to the very first boss in Sonic 1, which is basically just a wrecking ball. And so yeah, basically in this game, there will be 2 bosses in each zone. There will be a boss in... Crap, I lost all my rings. There will be a mini-boss at the end of the first act of the zone. And there will be a second boss at the second act of the zone, which is basically just 2 different... basically just like a midpoint boss and a final area boss, okay? And I really like this. Because this was introduced in Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. But yeah, now with that boss defeated, we're going to Act 2. Now, this is what the creators of this game did was crap. They made it to where they brought back stages from old Sonic games. And what they did with them was they reimagined them to where the first act or area of the zone will be just a remake of the original. While the second one, it has different music and it's based on and it's completely different. And I'm stopped here for a reason. For those who don't know, Sonic had not just 2 acts per zone, but 3 acts per zone. And this was the starting point for the 3rd act, and I love it so much. I like to see springs can make you move. Of course they can make you move. Basically springs are supposed to, they make you jump in the air. Yellow springs do a short jump while red, short boost while red does a bigger boost. And yeah, just sorry for going over the instruction stuff. I just want to get everything clear. I promise it won't be like this for every episode. And also, if you play as Tails, as you can see, he can fly just by double tapping once. And I love that so much. And that's because as you saw in the beginning of this video, he had 2 tails, which acts as a propeller. Like I said, I know it sounds redundant to those Sonic fans like I am, but I'm just explaining for those who don't know, basically. Anyway, just listen to this music. I love the music so much. This is one of my favorite games, mainly because of the nostalgia it brings. Because like I said, god dang it. Sonic 1... Sonic 2 was my very first game, and I played that a lot. And in case you're wondering what that box was, we gotten... I forgot, I don't remember what it's called, but basically makes it to where, instead of losing all your rings, and because, some rings will just vanish, if one hits, what that blue ring box does, it makes it to where, it basically makes it to where, they're all compressed, so, if you collect that, so every giant ring is, 10 rings, basically, which I like. Anyway, we're up to our first boss. The Death Egg robot, and what's cool about this is this was the final boss in Sonic 2, which I honestly never completed that game. Why? Why? Because the final bosses in those days, you had no rings. Anyway, he'll just shoot a drill. Oh, no. Anyway, he'll shoot Dr. Eggman will shoot a drill at you, who's the guy controlling the box. And he'll shoot bombs at you, and he'll dash, which you want to kind of hurry up and beat this boss because eventually you'll hit a dead end. And I'm not joking, this happened on my first playthrough. On my first time with this boss, so yeah. You can either use the drill arm, which will make him run faster, or you can just get on platforms. Anyway, he's defeated. And now let's tackle. And at the end of every zone, there's a capsule which you'll free animals. So yeah, for those who don't know, mainly in the old days, Dr. Robotnik, or now called Dr. Eggman, he basically took animals and put them into robots. And with that out of the way, we completed Green Hill Zone. Next time on Sonic Mania, we will complete a Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic 2. I hope you all enjoy the video. I also hope you all have a nice day, a nice night, and a nice life. And remember, there is no can't, but there's a can. Bye!